illness. And it is a mental illness. And it's not my words. No, that's actually, according to the American Psychiatric Association, it is actually deemed a mental illness. It's actually called gender dysphoria. And it is actually legalized as a mental illness here in America. But I know some people getting mad, and I know some people don't like to come to terms of the delusion that they are living in. But yes, it is a mental illness, and it has been a mental illness that has been taught and played on the Black and Hispanic communities. And as a man who lives in America, as these brothers right here, we're in America, right? This is a free country, right? I have the freedom of speech, so to speak, right? I have the right to my own opinion. Well, okay. Well, I think that the LGBTQ community is wrong for what they're doing. And I believe in God. We believe in God. And we follow what the Most High wants. And for anybody, this is for anybody that believes in the Bible, let's see what the Bible has to say about this community. Give me Leviticus 18 and 22, Baba Kasha.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind.
It says, you shall not lie with mankind as with womankind. Who is this talking about? This is talking about a man. It's talking about man on man. That is not of the Bible. But let's read, what is that considered to the Most High? Keep reading.
It is abomination.
It is a what?
Abomination.
It is an abomination. Wait. All right, we're reading the Bible. Hold that up real quick. We're reading the Bible. This is the Bible that we're talking about right here, right? So you mean to tell me that God is against homosexuality? I'm confused. I thought that God loved everybody. I thought God was all loving. I thought God loved you no matter what. I could identify as whatever I want. And God is still going to love me no matter what. But it said in the Bible, in the book of Leviticus, for those of y'all who don't read the Bible, the book of Leviticus, this is one of the first 3 books in the Bible, right? This is where the law is, okay? So you don't really got to dig that deep in the Bible to find this. It's actually in the beginning. And it said it is what?
It is abomination. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind.
Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. So now we're going to talk about the facts. Because nobody wants to talk about the facts. Everybody likes to believe here in America that you can identify as whatever you want and it's not going to have any repercussions. Let me tell you something. There are always repercussions for your actions. There are consequences for your actions. So I don't know if y'all know this, but in the LGBTQ community, there's a lot of diseases that are running rampant. That's not a hate speech. I didn't make that up. That's coming from their own sources. Did you know that approximately 48% of women that identify as bisexual and or lesbian in the LGBTQ community, according to the transgender surveys that they took, apparently half of these women have experienced some form of molestation or sexual assault between the ages of 11 and 17. It's actually already been stated by experts. Again, these are not my words. You can go Google for yourself. Google is free. You know, Google is definitely free. Y'all be on your phones all damn day anyway, so y'all can go on Google and y'all are more than free to try to prove us wrong. It has been documented that it is a learned behavior due to cultural and environmental factors when it comes to learning about sexuality. I saw a commercial not that long ago, right? Anybody who knows what you don't know about drag races? No, I'm not talking about cars. I'm talking about like drag queens, right? And it was a drag queen, a big buff black dude with a wig. And he was sitting next to 2 little kids. Now, what was he teaching these 2 little kids? He was teaching these 2 minors that it is okay for little boys to dress up as girls. That it is okay for a man to be with a man. He actually said, and I quote, that, yeah, everybody should try to be drag. And you know, kids are very curious. They're trying to figure out, well, what's going on right here? Like, why do you dress the way you do? Why is your appearance the way it is? And he's telling them, like, oh, you should try it when you get older. Let me tell you something. We are pro-heterosexuality. Right. We believe in that a man should be with a woman and a woman should be with a man.
Right.
Okay, that's what we believe in. And y'all, look, you're more than free to prove us wrong. Last time I checked, it takes a man and a woman to create a child. I don't know who needs to hear this, but only women, actual biological women, have the capability of bearing children. They actually have a uterus. They have ovaries. Their bodies produce more estrogen naturally. You want to know why? Because God intended it for it to be that way. God made women have that ability. Men do not have that ability. We have the ability to impregnate a woman, but men do not have the ability to become pregnant. A lot of y'all don't want to hear that though. I don't know why. I don't know why I want to take the God-given right of a woman to have the ability to have a child. And you know what? In fact, I actually think that it's discrimination against women. It's very, it's very disrespectful to women. You know, here in America, we have leagues, right? We have what? NBA. We have the WNBA. We have women's sports, women's track and field. In the Olympics, we have women's swimming. We have things that are designed for women to compete in. But now in America, you mean to tell me that a grown man, can identify as a woman and then participate in these women Olympics and beat these women? Don't you think that's a little unfair? Don't you think that's not right? Don't you think that's, you saying that's not right? It is not right, because these women have trained their whole lives to become great and perfect their craft in these women leagues. But now in America, they make it seem like, okay, well, even though you're a man, you can identify as a woman and you can go right along and you can beat these women in their own game. Matter of fact, wasn't it not that long ago? It was like some years ago. Wasn't it? Who was it? In the Kardashian family, was it Bruce Jenner? How is it? Salakia. It was a man. Oh, Kris Jenner, the water. It was a man that won Women of the Year. How that make sense? It was Bruce Jenner, the water, sir. How do you sit here? You're a man and you win Woman of the Year. Don't you think that's a little disrespectful? Don't you think that goes against the rights of women? You want to come up, sir? Anyone. Wow. Anyone man of the year. So wait, a man can win Salakia, Woman of the Year and Man of the Year. Don't you think that's disrespectful? I think it's disrespectful. I think it's very disrespectful towards women. Because don't you think that aren't there rights in America for women? Don't you think that'll be all null and void if men, me as a man, I can sit here and identify as a woman? Matter of fact, let me get Romans 1 and 25. Book of Romans, Romans 1 and 25. Because I'm not just going by the Bible. A lot of y'all don't like to believe that the Bible is facts. Well, the Bible is facts. The Bible is actual factual. And if you go against the Bible, I'm telling you right now, you're going to, if you are a part of the LGBTQ community, you are going to get an STD. Right. You are going to get AIDS. You are going to suffer from an emotional disorder. I'll get to that in a second. But before I get to that, read me the book of Romans chapter 1 verse 25.
The book of Romans chapter 1 verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
It says, who changed the truth of God into a lie? So we read in the book of Leviticus, in the Bible, that y'all say that you believe, but you really don't believe. In the Bible, it says that if you're a man and you sleep with a man, or you lay down with a man as you would lie with a woman, that it is a abomination according to the Bible. So read that one more time for me, Baba Kasha.
The book of Romans chapter 1 verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator?
You're serving the creature more than the creator. Who is this creature that we're talking about? We're talking about the so-called, we call them Edomites in the Bible. That's their actual name, but it would be the so-called white man today. Right. A so-called European American, if you will, of the Caucasian race. Because here in America, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the only country where you can go to and you can actually have arguments with people about what is gender, what is sex. Are there multiple genders? Are there no genders? They said gender is a concept. I couldn't even believe that. Gender is a concept. So now they're just trying to get rid of genders entirely. But I guarantee if you go to the store, I guarantee there's a man's section and a woman's section. every single time. So no, gender is not a concept. Gender is a real thing. Man and woman is a real thing. Not so says me, but so says God.
Right.
Now, who changed the truth of God into a lie? That would be your so-called European descendant people today, because they tell you that you can be whatever you want. Not so says the Bible. Y'all like to think that the Bible and God is all loving. God is going to love you no matter what. But if you actually took the time to read what was in the Bible, you would know that there are laws, there are statutes, there are commandments in the Bible that were put onto the Israelites, God-chosen people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That is our law, and through the law we actually live. Because let me ask you something. Here in America we have laws, and what happens when you disobey the law? If you drive and you see a red light, and you run that red light, and there's a cop behind you, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get pulled over. You're going to get a ticket. Because you're going to suffer the consequences for your actions. If you go somewhere and you murder somebody, don't you think that that person should be brought to justice because they broke the law? If somebody goes out there and molests children, or they're a rapist, don't you think that they should be brought to justice because they broke the law? They did something that was immoral? Well, guess what? Being a part of the LGBTQ community is immoral according to God.
That's right.
And that's a fact. And it's not because, you know, we're trying to produce hate. No, it's actually love, because we love our people.
Right.
A lot of y'all don't understand that love is an action. I can't say that I love my people and I go ahead and I give a blunt to another black man.
Right.
I can't sit here and say that I love my people, but then I choose to go sleep with another man's woman. That's not real love. That's fake. That's fake love that a lot of Christians here in America adopt, because they'll go to Sunday service and they'll sit there and sing hallelujah and do a little jig and shake a tambourine and you know what they be doing, especially in a black church. Oh my goodness. In a black church they get real groovy up in there. But then guess what? They go right back to sinning. You've been sinning from Monday to Saturday. You was up in the strip club. You was out there prostituting. Your pastor is probably a child molester. And that's not too far-fetched. That's not too far-fetched. How many times you go on the news and you find out that the Pope has molested another child? Wasn't it not that long ago? It was in Haiti. Not that long ago, our Haitian brothers and sisters, they had a Haitian pastor who was found out that he liked little girls. But he's a man of God, right? Christians are supposed to be people of God, right? Christianity is fake, and Christianity produces sin. That's what that does. You go to a Christian church, you might as well just walk into a forest of fire, because there's no righteousness in a Christian church. Real righteousness resides in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, because we really live through the Bible.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy.